Hi everyone, it's Jay from Mitosu Crafts. Thank you for joining me today and welcome to our channel. Today I'm sharing an elegant square card in black and white for the Creating Kindness Design Team Video Hub with the theme of friendship. Using Life is Beautiful stamp set by Stampin' Up from the August to December 2020 mini catalog. Subtle 3D embossing folder as well. And I have gone ahead and pre-cut my card base mats and layers. So for the card base, I'm using 11 inches by 5.5 inch, or that's 28 centimeters by 14 centimeters, folded in half as well, scored and folded in half. I'll just burnish that one. The mat is basic black, 478 inch square or 12.4 centimeters, and the layer is 4/13/16 of an inch square in normal whisper white, and that is 12.2 centimeters. And I've gone ahead and embossed that with the subtle design, tiny border, just a hint of black at the back there. So with the Life is Beautiful stamp set, we are loving this tree. It is a big tree, and hopefully you have seen our selective stamping video. But for today, I'm actually gonna create a card with paper cutting. So have you used your stamps to do some paper cutting? So I did this. I stamped it in cinnamon cider and used a paper cutter, just a normal blade. I'll show you what I use, and a self-healing mat. So this one I actually left a border around it, so it makes it look bigger than what it is. But I have pre-done another one, and I actually just done the top half, which is that one. So this one I stamped in soft sea foam, and I wanted to use it at the back, so I used a lighter color ink, so just in case if it goes through the normal whisper white, that's why I used a lighter shade. So that will be on there, but I'll do a different version. So if you don't have either the patience or the time to do the paper cutting, you can still create an elegant square card using Life is Beautiful. The way I did my paper cutting, as I said, I just stamped it in a light colored ink. So I'm just going to use the same ink, soft sea foam, but use whatever light colored ink. I did try Versamark, but it was too hard to see what or where I needed to cut. So just ink that up and then stamping it. So as mentioned, you'll need a self-healing mat, and I've only got like a normal cutting knife, so it is pointed at the end. And what I found was, if I just zoom in, so from my experience, I don't do much paper cutting, but from my experience, it's actually, I find it easier when I go down, and having the having the stamp image on the left hand side. So, and always turn your cards or your base around. So if I start on here, and on the point, I go over the actual design and then just follow it round like so. And then when you get to a point where it goes a bit bendy, just turn your card around. And then whilst you're on that side, I tend to just go all the way around and use the same, I guess, technique as what I've found easier to do. So on the left, and then going down like so. So once I've finished a section, I then finish up those branches. So I find the connecting branch, and then starting from there, I just again go down towards me. So just be careful if you are using a craft knife. So with this one, I'm gonna go there and then just down, and then for this one, so that's how I did my cutting with a bit of more patience. But I just wanted to show you that you can use your stamp images, especially if it's kind of like decorative or nice design, for paper cutting if you love paper cutting as well. If you are enjoying yourself, do hit that like button and consider subscribing to our channels for more inspiration in the future and help support our channel grow. Check out the description below for the list of products that I've used today, which you can purchase from our online shop if you live in the UK, France, Germany, Austria, or the Netherlands. Do use our host code to get an extra thank you from us next month. And if you purchase more than £45 worth of products before P&P, you'll get free tutorial bundle designed by the Stamping Glam Squad. You'll also find in the description the next video link from the Creating Kindness design team hop. Continue along the hop for more card making and papercraft inspiration with the theme of friendship. So yeah, continue along each branches, or what you could do if you want a smaller tree, just or try your hands on paper cutting, just do that design from Life is Beautiful so you won't have as much branches. But that's how I did my initial paper cuts to then get this. But yes, please be careful when using craft knives. So if you don't want to do paper cutting, you can use the same technique as on our previous video, selective stamping. So I'm just gonna use the same design. So I'm gonna ink up either using ink spot, or you can actually use the memento because it's quite a big area that you're just gonna be selectively stamping. But just to show you, if I do it there, I know how far down. Yeah, ink spots are great for the stamp apparatus as well as selectively stamping. And it's portable and it's light, so you don't have to worry about that. So I'm just gonna stamp that centrally. So it's a nice looking tree. What you could then do is, obviously it's black compared to a white one. what you could do is either heat emboss it in white as well, but I wanted to show you in white and black as well how it's gonna work. So that's gonna be on there. And for the sentiment, I'm just gonna do life is beautiful and heat emboss that in white. We do have another video on how to create standout sentiments using different colored embossing on your sentiments. So check that out from our playlist. And with this one, you can either, if you've already done the craft knife, you can do so, or use your paper snips to fussy cut. So have a straight edge for the beautiful or is beautiful, and then just go around the word life. So to finish up the cards, we are going to add the embossed layer onto the basic black. So I'm just using multi-purpose liquid glue and add that on with a nice border of black around. And then I'm gonna add that at the top. So with the paper cutting, I'm gonna keep it really simple because you want to have that paper cutting as your main feature of the card. You can either use multi-purpose liquid glue to have it flushed, or you can roll up some mini glue dots as well to add a bit of height in some areas. So roll it up using your take your pick tool. If it's stretched, it doesn't matter too much, but I'm just gonna add it onto the bigger areas obviously of the trunks so you can see it a bit more. So I'll probably do just 3 or 4 of them, and then I'm just gonna add tiny bits of glue on the edges. And if you want it to be really secure, you could always just add more glue on there. So if you have another piece of card and just touch it onto the edges as well to ink it up, to glue it up, so you're not having to glue every single branch. Or you can use a sponge. Okay, I'm gonna add that on. You could also add shimmer using clear Wink of Stella for the tree. Maybe do it before you glue it onto your card, but I've glued it now, so I'm just gonna paint it carefully. There you go, so a bit of shimmer onto the card, and I'm gonna add that with mini dimensionals. So for this card, you can either, once you've stamped it, you can emboss it with the subtle embossing folder. So I'm just gonna emboss that on there. There we go, I've embossed that, and then I'll add it onto the basic black. And then I have the same measurements for the card base in thick whisper white to add that on. And with this one, before I add the sentiment, I'm gonna add sparkle using Snowflake Splendor ribbon. So I'm gonna use that as a template for how long I want it. And to add that, I'm gonna use tear and tape. Just making sure it's nice and straight. And then I'm gonna add that on top with dimensionals again. So to finish the card, I thought I'll use the iridescent pearls. It's like oil slick. So you do have bigger pearls at the bottom and smaller on the top. If you do find that your ribbon is going up, you can just add another glue dot underneath just to secure it. And then I'm just going to finish this one with the same. So that one I used the pick tool, but you can use your putty as well. I hope you enjoyed this video on how to create an elegant square card in black and white using the Life is Beautiful stamp set by Stampin' Up. Don't forget to check out the description below for the product list as well as the next video from the Creating Kindness Design Team Video Hub. Thanks again for joining me today. Until next time, bye!